XLC450 Assembly Animation. Component Transport. Before assembly, ensure ground is flat, firm, and open. Unevenness is less than or equal to 0.57 degrees. Ground bearing capacity sufficient for boom raising and lifting. Integrated main machine installation, including turntable, slewing bearing, frame, driver's cab, place ground mats. Rotate cab to working state. Install cab locating pin. Install left catwalk of turntable. Release frame outrigger transport locks. Extend outriggers to working state. Install outrigger limit connecting rod. Position outrigger floats at designated locations. Turntable provides hydraulic power. Raise the main machine 5,100 millimeters above the trailer deck. Install main hoist winch 1 and main hoist winch 2. Install connecting pins. Retract mast transport outriggers. Install mast assembly, including mast, boom luffing mechanism, boom luffing sheave block, boom luffing rope, etc. Install pins between mast and turntable. Remove boom luffing winch to transport fixing pins. Install boom luffing winch and turntable fixing pins. Remove the fixing pin shaft of mast derrick. When mast is lowering forward, the angle between mast and turntable front horizontal plane must be not lower than 17. Install the sling of mast derrick. When the angle between mast and turntable front horizontal plane is bigger than 77 degrees, there is a risk of backward tipping for mast. During the process of using mast derrick, mast raising cylinder must extend to an angle of 78 degrees, 80 degree between mast and turntable front horizontal plane. The maximum working radius is no more than 6 m when using mast derrick to self-dis, assemble crawler tracks. Before rotating the turntable, the first installed track frame must be on the ground, otherwise the crane is at risk of tipping over. After one end of the track is on the ground, lift the other end with the cylinder. The turntable tilt angle shall be less than 4 degrees, otherwise there is a risk of cylinder damage. Install the second track frame in strict accordance with the same procedures as the first one. After track frame is lowered to ground, fully retract outrigger cylinders. After inspecting the hydraulic piping and electrical circuits, the user can proceed with the walking and slewing motion tests. Once the motions are confirmed to be normal, other subsequent assembly tasks can be carried out. Rotate slewing bearing and install car body counterweight. Before installing car body counterweight blocks, confirm frame outriggers and cylinders are retracted and locked for transport. When turntable is rotating, the self-dis assemble sling must be raised higher than the upper plane of crawler track. Side-mounted turntable counterweight is used for the installation of superstructure counterweight and turntable counterweight. If the crane is not installed with car body counterweight or boom, at most 40T turntable counterweight can be installed. Otherwise, there is a risk of tipping over backward. When crane is installed with full car body counterweight, but without main boom or superlift mast, a maximum of 70T turntable counterweight can be installed. Otherwise, there is a risk of backward tipping. Before installing superlift mast, install 40T car body counterweight and install a turntable counterweight not exceeding 70T. The angle between mast and the horizontal plane in front should not be less than 40 degrees. Use mast crane and an auxiliary crane to install superlift mast. Install superlift luffing sheave blocks. Use an auxiliary crane to lift superlift luffing sheave block from bottom section to top section. Simultaneously, the superlift luffing winch pays out wire rope. Connect pendants between mast and superlift mast. Note that the hoist rope must be reeved around the 2 outer sheaves of the 3 sheaves on the top surface of the top boom section. Before installing superlift mast, install 40T car body counterweight and install a turntable counterweight not exceeding 70T. The angle between mast and the horizontal plane in front should not be less than 40 degrees. Use mast crane and an auxiliary crane to install superlift mast. Counterweight must be installed strictly according to the specified configuration requirements for boom ride. Otherwise, there is a risk of the crane tipping over. Use auxiliary crane and superlift mast to install boom. When superlift mast is used as auxiliary crane for lifting, its angle shall not exceed 57 degrees. Otherwise, wire rope, superlift mast may be damaged, and there is a risk of tipping over backward. Use auxiliary crane to install tower jib. Connect tower jib butt section to boom head hinge point. Use auxiliary crane to install tower jib front strut. Use rigging to secure tower jib front strut to boom. Use auxiliary crane to install tower jib rear strut. Before installation, lift rear strut, including anti-tipping cylinder and rear pendants. On ground, raise anti-tipping cylinder to preset position and remove pins from tower jib rear pendant holder above base boom section. Connect rear strut erection auxiliary rope. Connect this auxiliary rope to main hoist rope. Reeve tower jib luffing rope. When using auxiliary crane to lift tower jib rear strut, Ensure that auxiliary crane must raise rear strut to at least 60 degrees. During this process, main hoist rope remains naturally taut. Otherwise, the mast base rollers may be damaged or rope crushing may occur. When paying out luffing rope, monitor luffing winch to prevent rope disorder. Keep rear strut suspended. Adjust rear anti-tipping length to minimum. Slowly lower rear strut until anti-tipping in groove. Connect tower jib rear pendants. Retract the tower jib luffing rope to lift the rear strut to an included angle of about 72 degrees with the boom and install the pins for the rear anti-tipping cylinder. Remove the auxiliary crane afterwards. Release the main hoist rope, separate it from the auxiliary rope. Release front strut to bottom section securing rope. Retract tower jib luffing rope. Pull up front strut. Ensure front anti-tipping cylinder and chain are connected. Slowly pay out the boom luffing rope to lower the mast and super lift mast together. Avoid interference between the super lift mast bottom section and the boom. Properly release the super lift luffing rope to lower the super lift luffing sheave block to a certain height, and then connect the super lift luffing sheave block to the boom pendant. Connect Superlift push-out device, Superlift counterweight suspension pendants, Superlift counterweight pallets, etc. When superlifting the boom, the superlift mast shall first reach the preset radius before the boom is raised. During boom raising, the lower included angle of the boom and tower jib shall not be is less than 70 degrees or is greater than 75 degrees. Exception: when boom angle is 85 degrees, lower included angle of boom and tower jib is greater than 75 degrees but boom head not yet off ground. Otherwise, it may cause boom damage or crane tipping over. Also, monitor boom and tower jib tilting angles during raising and ensure boom angle is less than or equal to 85.5 degrees, and the upper included angle of boom and tower jib is greater than or equal to 12 degrees to prevent boom tipping over backward. Keep the included angle between the boom and tower jib unchanged, and raise the boom until it reaches the final angle of 85 degrees relative to the horizontal plane. Keep the hook on the ground. Raise the tower jib to the working angle, where the lifting capacity is greater than the combined weight of the hook and wire ropes. The hook can then be lifted off the ground under this condition.